When men have standards, it's all discrimination, but if a white man wants a woman of his race, he's nothing but a racist and pretty much the devil incarnate. A woman, though, especially if she belongs to a minority group, can freely say her preferences out loud and no one will bat an eye.
I don't see myself dating a white guy that's against his race, but it's more about like my bloodline and keeping it pure and black, and maybe if I want to...
There you go. Did you see that? One more time, I'm going to bring something up.
About like my bloodline and keeping it pure and black and...
Imagine if a white guy said word for word what you just said. Imagine a white guy just had this question asked, why don't you date a black woman? And a white guy goes, well, it's kind of about keeping the bloodline pure and keeping it white. I'm proud of being white. I want my bloodline to be white, and that's why I wouldn't date a dark woman. I care about my bloodline. I'm proudly white. She's saying the same thing, and everyone's like, yeah, good point. Oh yeah, I get it. White people do not have freedom of speech.
If a white would say that, they would be called a racist. He's not wrong. Why is it acceptable for black people to say stuff like this, but if a white person did, they'd be considered racist? Is she talking about a purebred dog? What she sells? Pit bulls? Putting racism aside, but just for a split second, let's see what the panel thinks of this viral video.
First off, let's run the Twitter video that we got here real quick. We got a video to react to real quick. I want to get your reactions to it real quick, and then we'll close out the show. So this video came from a supporter, and this video is kind of going viral right now on Twitter. Icy actually sent this. Icy got this from a supporter, so shout out to Icy for bringing this to our attention. And I had seen this too, and I was like, damn, this says pretty good. So let's run this video. You see this Asian lady here. Wait, what would y'all call her in China?
She's fat.
You call her Shenyu?
She just said leftover women. Love how the term sounds in Chinese. Anyway, let's keep on watching.
But what do you guys call fat women in China that are big?
Tank.
Tank.
Like cankles? Like
Tank.
cankles. You know the like the military, the tank. The tank.
Oh.
The tank.
You call them tank?
Oh, tank.
Hell no.
Yo, how do you say tank in Chinese?
坦克.
Tank.
Yo, we see that bitch is tank.
Sounds like a Chinese
Yo, you gotta say what hate was tank.
All these things are just good.
All right, we don't got no fat bitches on the panel, so this is great. Tank.
I mean,
we don't?
I mean,
No.
Oh yeah, you're right. You
Yeah, we
know.
don't. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Start swinging.
Oh shit. Oh, this is
Okay, come on.
fantastic. We got China virus. We got Israel in the house. This is fantastic. We're gonna make all kinds of racist jokes. And we're on Rumble.
Oh
Yo,
yeah.
and we got Hitler.
Yo, get my yarmulke. What?
Bro,
What?
for real?
Yeah, we're on Rumble, nigga.
Nah, nigga. Come on, man. It's just a video, bro. Come on, bro.
Okay, all right.
Come on, man. All right, video.
That's your
Chris,
40.
you want a part two of the white hat, bro? Get this shit going, man.
Oh, I got it ready too.
God damn. All right, ready?
Yeah, wait till you see what Angie's making me.
Oh gosh. Oh fuck. All right, ready?
Do on Stiegel stream, bro. Do on his show, bro. Please, do on his show. Get him canceled. Get out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here, man.
She making me y'all know what I'm saying. And we ain't going to graduation. All right. Let's go.
Fresh wet, man.
That's your turn 40, and these are things that I would not do again in my 20s and 30s. I would not get married. I met my husband when I was 24, and we got married when I was 29. At the time, I thought that this was like the ideal situation. I met the perfect age to get married. But what I realized was in the 4 years that we were married, I grew so much as a person. I graduated from business school, started my own business. I just became such a different person that I didn't feel like he was the best fit for me anymore. And I don't think I could have realized that at 29 when I said yes. If I could do it again, I would have allowed myself to have so much more growth in my life before I made a decision on a life partner. And it's really nothing against that partner specifically, but it was more about the direction that I wanted my life to take. My interests by 35 were unrecognizable to my younger self. And I don't think it would have been fair for me to take him on this journey if I didn't think that he was the right partner for the version of me that was to come. That's your turn.
All right, pause real quick. I want to get the ladies' takes on it. What do you think happened in this situation? Keep it real with us. What do you think happened with this?
I feel like he didn't mold her good enough for him. So she became independent and she grew. And now all of a sudden
Yeah,
she
she
lost
grew,
interest
right?
in him.
Fair enough. Okay. What about you? What do you think
Same.
happened?
She just grew. She just
Physically or mentally?
She became a tanker. Both. She became a tanker.
Emotional, damn it!
They say she surpassed him and did better, but nobody talks about how some men put their life on hold to help their spouse's life for that risk at the end. Makes no sense. How did she pay through her business school and all her loaded meals while simultaneously saving enough money to have an initial investment to start her business? She thinks she's gonna get a great guy who's earning more or the same as her to settle with her while she's in her late 30s? That Chinese woman from Twitter had high standards, but so do men. For example, not taking care of another man's kids. But this spiritual 304 says men need to take care of the kid, even if they're not his. Insanity.
What about you? What would you do if you were a guy? Would you make your girl get a paternity test?
Yeah.
Or would you get a DNA test? Or you would do a DNA test? Okay.
Savage? Are you a savage?
That's savage.
He's paying for it though.
Hell no, nigga.
All right. What about you? Would you if you were a guy and you got a girl pregnant, would you make her do, or would you do a DNA test?
I don't know.
Keep it to 5 words.
I'll leave it to the stars and the moon.
And I don't know.
Let's assume you guys been together for 3 years. It's been everything is good. Would you do it?
Depends, like, if I trust
Depends
her.
on what?
Yeah.
It's not
Let's
an
say you
alien.
trust her.
If I trust her, no.
You want to do it? Okay.
Yes, I follow, like,
Energy.
the energy, the heart, the intuition, as you said.
Yeah, the soul.
I, like, resonate with you. a lot.
resonate.
Even though that
I'm
you
not
know that you would
offended.
owe a lot of money if the child.
It will come out eventually. Like, DNA test will not change a thing. Like, once the child is out, you're gonna see and figure it out. Like, what's the difference?
Oh, they don't
What's
know the
gonna
laws,
change?
that's why. They
Not
don't know-
always.
they don't
You're
know the
gonna
laws.
see if
Years
it's
of
like
difference.
different, like
Let me give you guys a law that we just learned today, and then maybe let's see if that changes your answer. If you find out that the kid isn't yours and you've been the father of the child for, let's say, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you are still going to be expected to pay child support. Knowing that, would you get a DNA test at the beginning?
I already knew that. That's why I was like, no.
Would you, knowing that, would you get a DNA test in the beginning now? What do you think, Mr. Ukraine?
I don't know.
I don't know. Depends how much I love this woman. If I love this woman, I would accept her child.
Even though it's not yours?
Yes.
What if it was his brothers or something, or your brothers? Whatever.
It depends.
Wait, so you're with the woman for 3 years. You guys are together.
Like, you could see, like, the child, it doesn't look like you when till it reached 3 years,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, but what I'm saying is that no. I'm saying you've been with her for 3 years. She has the kid. You're telling me that if you find out that the kid isn't yours, you'd be okay with that?
Depends on the self-esteem of the man. If he can forgive her, like how much he respect himself and love her more than himself.
You're
like,
the man.
But you're the one
I don't
carrying
know.
the baby.
I never was a man.
No, but pretend.
You know
I
what?
don't know.
That's that. You know what, guys? Literally, you know what, man? I've told you guys this before. I'm gonna say it again. Women lack empathy for the male experience.
They do.
And you guys literally just saw it right here. And I don't want to sound like an asshole or whatever, but this is why I tell y'all, women don't give a fuck about your problems, guys. They really don't, because they never will understand your problems as a man.
Child support, a chick who gets impregnated by a random dude, and the lust goes on. Women are the gatekeepers of sex, but fail to understand why a man would leave them if they found out the kid is not theirs.
And I would wager that people in here said
That's
no,
cool.
they wouldn't get offended. But in that circumstance, in that scenario of it being in real time, I guarantee
They would get offended.
You'd be like, nigga, what'd you say?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
You're trying me right now. I guarantee you'd be like that.
In a relationship, of course. If it's
Yeah.
a long-term relationship, if you're just like hanging out, it's like random and we're in Miami, then yeah, that's different. But
That's a good one, though.
I'm gonna say this, and I want to see what you ladies think about this. I've always said on this show, and people with feminists get mad at me for saying this shit, but I always say that women lack empathy. They have sympathy, but they lack empathy. And the difference is sympathy is just feeling sorry for someone. Empathy is the ability to empathize and understand where that person's coming from, being in their footsteps. I say all the time that men have to be empathetic to women that are good with women, because for you to attract the girl, you have to know what she's feeling, where she is at a point in her life for you to be able to get laid, right? You have to be able to understand women to get laid as a man. However, women don't have to understand men to get attraction, attention, and resources from men to a degree. They just need to know what they want, make sure the guy coincides with that, and then they can pick and choose. But the guy has to definitely understand what the woman wants. He's got to plan a date, he's got to attract her, he's got to seduce her, everything else like that. Women get mad at me for saying this, but what are your guys' take? I genuinely don't believe that women have empathy towards the male experience. However, men that are good with women, not all men, but men that are good with women have to have empathy towards the female experience. What do you guys think? To turn it to y'all. Agree, disagree?
I personally disagree from my side because I live with my dad, and my dad always taught me to take yourself and put it in somebody else's shoes and see it from his point of view and how he's feeling, and try to understand not from your emotional stand, and just like see the bigger picture of what's going on.
I mean, women in general, not all.
Still, women deny the importance of the father figure.
Sure, it's
do
never an
think-
all. It's always I'm saying a majority don't understand.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of women just expect things and they don't take into consideration how a man's feeling and how he's dealing with everything and stuff like that. So you should put yourself in somebody else's shoes and take a minute, take a step back, and see.
But how can they, realistically speaking? Like, I would say a woman and a man's life are very different. Extremely, especially in 2023. I would say men have a way harder life than women do. So women aren't really gonna, you know what I mean? If you play a video game on easy mode versus playing that same video game on hard mode, it's almost a different video game.
And she made a good point. She was never a man. How could she ever tell
Thank
us
you for appreciating me finally.
what it feels? Well,
Yeah, we don't want. They refuse to understand we will obviously leave if the kid isn't ours. That simple. She is the height of delusion. This is why men need to look out for their own interests at every step of the way. I feel sorry for the dude that ends up taking this woman serious for a relationship. She looks very deceiving, looks traditional on the outside, but a totally demonic, delusional modern woman on the inside. Y'all better learn how to create options for yourself so you don't end up with just anybody that you can get. Guys, thanks for checking out this video. Stay tuned for more daily content. Like, subscribe, and comment. See you in the next video, guys. Till next time.